The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, is brought to you by, well, of course, you. If you want to learn more about how you can support the show, go to patreon.com/expat2020. Hey everyone, this is The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 4. I'm your host, Expat2020, along with my co-host Dan, the Retro Man. Hey, how you doing, man? Out in the UK, what's going on?
Hello. Yeah, everything's tickety-boo. Everything's just
What does
fine
that mean,
out here.
tickety-boo?
Tickety-boo.
What does that mean? What does
Just fine.
tickety-boo mean?
Absolutely average. Just fine.
Absolutely average, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everything is absolutely average out here in Japan, man. Just another 35-degree day.
Now, I lived in Japan, and I know there's nothing absolutely average about living in Japan. It's mental. So
it's absolutely average. For 20 plus years that I've been living here, it's absolutely average. Yeah. Actually, it's interesting. There was a story this week. I don't know if you heard of it, but there's this guy. He's like a middle-aged man living in Kyushu, which is one of the southernmost islands in Japan here, one of the southern main islands. Yeah. He decided to steal a mamachari. A mamachari, of course, is a bicycle that a lot of school kids ride to school every day, and like mothers when they take their children for a bicycle ride. Those are the types of bikes.
In the West, we'd call it it's like kind of like a Dutch bicycle. That'll help.
Okay. Anyway, he decides to steal one.
Right.
And for like 78 days, he rides this mamachari all the way up to Tokyo area. And then in Hakone is like a kind of like a bathhouse, tourist spot in Kanagawa Prefecture, which is very close to Tokyo. He made it that far, and then the police stop him because on a 35-degree day, he's got this mamachari, and he's got an umbrella sticking on it. And so they ask him questions, and then they find out it's stolen.
Brilliant.
And so they ask him, what the hell were you doing? And he's like, well, I'd never been to Tokyo before, and I wanted to see it. So he rode like over 1,000 kilometers on this mamachari bicycle by himself just to see Tokyo. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Brilliant, man. I mean, if I were living in Kyushu and there was like a Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 waiting for me with my name on it, hell yeah, I would ride a bicycle 1,000 kilometers to see Tokyo.
I suppose. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
So, yeah, that was a pretty strange story, but anyway, that's the life in Japan, I guess, for some people. But yeah, what about in the UK? Anything fun going on over there, or everybody still staying inside? Or
I've not been keeping track of hilarious geriatric events, but I'm sure there are loads. Everything's focused on still the ongoing health crisis. I'm sure there was some good news buried in there somewhere, but we have not come across it yet.
Now, what's the deal with masks? Are they mandated everywhere now?
Pretty much, yeah. Now we're going to start having fines, which is fine because, you just wear a mask. It's, it's done. So, yeah. Everywhere we go. Cinemas are opening in next weekend. That's very cool. Yeah.
What's coming out over there? Anything?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
which is really cool because there's loads of classic movies are coming to the cinema, which is awesome. I've got tickets for Jurassic Park, the original, and
cool.
Empire Strikes Back.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a few classics being shown on the big screen, which is very exciting.
Awesome.
Well,
this is The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, and you can find us on patreon.com/expat2020. If you want to support the show, go there. And you can also find us on free feeds on podbean.com/expat2020, where you can download the Podbean app and you can listen on your iOS or Android devices, unlike playing Fortnite. But anyway, and I also upload the podcast to my YouTube channel at Expat2020 Gaming, so you can check it out there. And listeners, you can also leave comments on the YouTube channel, Expat2020 Gaming, or you can leave us comments or questions on the Podbean app as well. So anyway, Dan.
Hello.
What are you playing?
Well,
Please don't tell me it's still Bus Simulator.
It is Bus Simulator, actually. I had a lovely stream last night. Not last night, night before last. A couple nights ago, whenever. Yeah, been playing that. Still playing Deadly Premonition. Again, I have not much time this week. I mean, another busy blooming week. I got a little handheld that uses a Pi Zero in it. So I've been playing lots of retro stuff on the go when I can. But yeah, that's about it, really. Nothing new and exciting. Oh, no, sorry. Scratch that. I've been playing a stack of Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal,
I saw that, on PlayStation, yeah?
Yeah, Doom Eternal's good, but I don't... They've completely botched the story. I don't know what the hell happened. They kind of forgot about the story. They made this quite a pretty good game. Very solid gameplay, combat-wise, sequel to Doom 2016, but the storyline, it's the laziest storytelling I've ever seen in my life. It's really bad. They really let themselves down on that, which is unfortunate because it had a lot of opportunity for some really good lore expansion, but everything's told through bloody text boxes and freaking pickups you find in the game. It's embarrassing. Yeah, there's like almost no cinematics. There's no in-game dialogue with other characters. Yeah, it's very, very, very disappointing. But still, the game's all right. What are you playing? What are you up to?
Okay. I started playing that new battle royale game called Hyperscape. And I played that one night. And here's the deal, man. There's no map to tell you where other enemies are.
Good.
Basically, you land. It's a general battle royale, where you land into a particular area of the map, but then it's like there's no map to show you exactly where the enemies are or anything like that, and you just start with like a stick in your hand.
Right.
And then I'm like running around trying to find a room to pick up some ammo and everything. Kind of like the same, concept as Fortnite and Apex and stuff. You have to run in somewhere and then you can pick up, weapons and loot and stuff like that. But it's like 2 or 3 seconds after I land, boom, 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 dead.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then it's like on the first, I think it was the second time, it's like I got booted out of the server because it was saying that I had connection issues or something like that. My internet connection was poor, but I have a pretty good internet connection. I'm like hardwired and everything. So yeah, it's the weapons are generic. It's I think, and it's like after the first day on Twitch, it's like viewership and the player base that were playing it just dropped by like 50%. I think it's going to end up like the other pools of battle royales that have tried to challenge Fortnite and tried to challenge Apex, and it's just, I don't know, it's not for me, unfortunately. I was kind of looking forward to it, but it kind of had that like Ready Player One style, kind of like, what was it called in the movie, that area that you played, the Oasis, I think it was called. Yeah. So they were trying to design the game like that and all, but just I don't know. I think this is Ubisoft's first dive into battle royale, and I don't know. It doesn't look good so far. I don't know. It might get better over time, but I don't know. After the first day, it didn't look too impressive to me. So, and then also I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remastered. And last night I was live streaming it, playing on veteran difficulty.
Isn't that like the same as normal difficulty?
I couldn't tell you because I never played it on normal difficulty. I just I started it up and I played on veteran, and I died about 500 times.
Yeah, that'll happen. Fair enough.
But that airport scene. I don't know if you played it, right? I'm sure you have.
The first one, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare I played. Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did actually. I kind of got done with it by then. But
well, there's a mission where you have to go through an airport.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty rough scene because you have to basically mow down a bunch of civilians in an airport. That was pretty tough, but I mean, the mission I was playing last night, you were like in South America somewhere. I think in Brazil.
Yeah.
And you're going through these corridors, like in this small community, going up steps, and just it was tough, man. It was brutal. It took me about 2 hours to get through that mission.
Blimey.
But it was a fun live stream though. So, so that's basically what I've been playing. Still want to try to get back to Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
Maybe this week I might get a chance to do that a little bit more. But that's basically what I've been playing, man. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, you don't have to shoot anyone in the airport scene. You're just a psychopath who killed loads of innocent people. That's shocking.
Yeah, I am a psychopath that kills lots of people in video games, not in real life.
Did you pull the trigger in the game? Oh my god!
Yeah,
scandalous.
Yeah, well, because in the mission you're supposed to be like an undercover agent, and this Russian guy, he's a psychopath, and you're supposed to go along with what he's doing, So I figured, okay, hey, I have to do this, and spoiler alert for all of you who haven't played it yet, but it's been out for a long time. So,
oh God, yeah.
But it's a great game though. I think when it came out, I mean, the multiplayer and the campaign were like a 10 out of 10.
Right.
So, but that's what I've been playing. So, yeah. What in Doom Eternal? Which monster or boss have you found the most difficult?
I've only had the first boss so far, which is kind of like I can't remember what the heck it's called. It's the bottom half's like a tank and the top half's like a demon with a chainsaw and rocket launcher and stuff. It was pretty alright. There's not much new really in that front. There's tweaked some of the designs. So that's quite fun. But meh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the news. So here on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast, we go into some of the biggest news stories of the week. And so I want to start today by talking about a game from Remedy and 505 Games. I'm sure you've all heard of this, Control. And Dan, you're looking forward to hopefully playing it in the future. I hope you are.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So basically, Control is coming out with an Ultimate Edition. So the Ultimate Edition basically comprises of the Control base game, the Foundation Expansion 1, Awe Expansion 2, which is actually coming out pretty soon, the Expeditions in-game mode, photo mode, and all the content updates since the release of the original game. So the platforms which Control Ultimate Edition will be launching on are, for example, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, the Epic Game Store, and Steam. And the release dates, for example, August 27th on Steam, September 10th for the Epic Game Store. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One digital. Okay.
Ew.
Yes, end of 2020, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One physical editions will come out.
Okay.
Then the end of 2020, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X digital editions will come out. And then early 2021, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X physical copies. So, but the story this week was that basically, if you bought the game when it first launched, and if you bought the DLC, for example, like in a season pass when it first launched, basically you're going to be shit out of luck, because basically they've come out and said that you have to buy the Ultimate Edition to be able to get the free upgrades to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X edition.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of people are griping about. I mean, basically it's like, okay, you people, PlayStation 4, Xbox One owners that bought it day one, we've got your money. It's like, F you, we got your money. So now the people that haven't played it before, that might buy the Ultimate Edition to begin with, they're going to be the ones that are going to get the free, upgrade. So I don't think this makes any sense. I mean, it's just a way of screwing some of your consumer base over. What do you think about this, Dan?
I don't know. Well, when did that game come out? It's been out forever.
It came out in 2019.
Yeah,
last year. It was one of the Game of the Year selections. Actually, I think IGN actually gave it Game of the Year. So,
you don't buy a game in 2019 hoping that they're going to give it to you again free in 2021, 2 years later, in an upgraded version. Mm-hmm. And presumably, if you bought the game in 2019, you've played the game now and you're done with the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but some of the DLCs haven't even like the Awe DLC hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, but you can still play it on the game you've got.
Yeah, you can still play it on the game you got, but then again, it's like, what if you want to play it again on your Series X or on your PlayStation 5? Then you got to buy the whole damn thing all over again.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah. Has it got the sort of fan base that would want to buy the game twice? I mean...
Yeah, I think so, obviously. Yeah, but there are people that bought it when it first came out.
Yeah.
And they're interested in playing it on, like, the Series X and the PlayStation 5, but they're like, nope, no thanks. Not going to do it.
I get it. I see where they come from. But where does this end, though? Like, say they bring out Bloodborne HD. Am I supposed to go, where's my free copy? Because I bought Bloodborne in 2015 or whatever, forever ago. Yeah. Like, where's my free copy of this? Or where's my free copy of this? I don't know. It just seems, I don't know, a little bit entitled, maybe. I don't know. Because
yeah.
Post.
I mean, I look at it as oh, sorry. I just want to say, I mean, like with what Xbox is doing with Series X, for example, and, some of the games like Cyberpunk, if you buy Cyberpunk 2077, for example, you're going to get the free upgrade.
Yeah, but that's the game that hasn't come out yet.
Right. Of course, yeah. But I mean, that's the model that's going to be taking over, I think.
Yeah, for games that haven't come out yet. Certainly, that's good. Right. That's going to be the case. So, I mean, that's just to incentivize you buying the game when it comes out rather than waiting and them losing sales. So the reason why that deal exists is so that you'll buy the game. Like, when games come out, like, the first 6 weeks are all that matters. So when a game comes out, it comes out on the 1st of November. 6 weeks later, even the publishers have shit-canned it and moved on and forgotten about it. Don't care about it anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's all about that first 6 weeks, which is why after 6 weeks, you see the first discounts coming in. So the first 6 weeks of the game comes out, that's when they get all their sales. So in order to maximize this, in light of a new platform coming out, they're offering all these incentives. So anything that hasn't already come out or coming out within a window approximate to the PS5 or Xbox, whatever it's called, there's no reason to offer it again for free because they're not going to make anything. But the games that are coming out, they are going to offer that because they want those sales in those first 6 weeks. So this all makes sense. Do you get me? That makes sense.
Yeah, from a consumer's point of view, or from their point of view, of course.
Yeah. So there's no benefit. So I'm like, well, I get it. It's annoying, but I mean, they're old games, and I don't know. I can't blame them for. I mean, and you got to realize at the same time, Cyberpunk, they will have been dual development for this. Yeah. So while Cyberpunk's been in development, PS4 and PS5 will have both been in development at the same time. Mm-hmm. Older games won't have had that. So older games are looking to think, oh crap, we're going to have to somehow port this across to make use of the PS5's features. So there's an additional. It's kind of like starting from scratch again. So there's not simultaneous development of two platforms. They're kind of having to go back and go, okay, we've got to do this again. So it's quite easy to understand why they'd want to charge you twice, because they're actually having to do it ostensibly.
Well, why do they do this so close to the launch of the new systems? And why don't they just wait until, Series X and PlayStation 5 are out and then say, okay, we got an Ultimate Edition out for PS5 and Xbox Series X?
So you still buy it now. That's the point. They want you to buy it now. Like, say Cyberpunk comes out and they go, okay, well, we're going to can the PS4 version. We're going to wait straight till the PS5 version comes out. Like, there's a risk people might forget about it and move on. The hype's live now. So if they say if you buy it now in the first 6 weeks of launch, people are going to buy it knowing that they can use it later on down the line.
Well, so let me just point this out. Let me just point this out though. Couldn't they have just said, for example, okay, for $10, say, for $10, we'll give you that upgrade.
Oh yeah, they totally could.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they totally could, or have a sort of DLC bundle or anything. Yep. They totally could have done that. Yeah. But they might be relying on the fact that it's been quite successful that people will want to buy it again. I mean, well, no, hang on a minute. No one cared when Last of Us Part 2 was announced as a PS4 game. Yeah. So this seems weird, but I see why they're doing it. But I think that for a game that old, I mean, no one's complaining that you got to buy Spider-Man again.
Yeah, it's not that old though. I mean, it's like a year old. So I mean,
yeah, but it's still been about 40 years. It's still been out. It's had its day. The sales will be negligible now again because we're out of that initial period.
Yeah, well, you still got the Awe DLC coming out, but
yeah, but no one's going to buy it for Awe DLC. I might, but I mean, the people who've bought the game have bought the game. Like, people who wanted it.
Well, now the people who haven't bought the game, for example, they're not going to buy it now on the current gen consoles, most likely, because they're just going to wait until next gen comes out.
So they win again. So Remedy win again.
Yeah,
they'll sell a brand new copy on superior hardware. So there's no downside to this. If you haven't got it, sod it. Wait until the end of the year and get it, the superior Ultimate Edition. Everyone wins. Wahee! If you got it in the beginning, well, you've played it already. What can you do? But it's like anything. Remasters are not new. Upgrades are not new. The PS4 for a long time just had loads of PS3 games and nice shiny graphics at reasonable full price, near enough full price. No one really cared then. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I generally don't know. I don't know. I might just get I'll wait until middle of 2021 when the Ultimate Edition is about £19.99 and get it for the PS5 then.
Yeah.
I'd get everything for next to nothing, which is what I do for everything anyway. So,
okay.
There are solutions. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. I've played the whole game. I played the DLC. I'm going to play Awe because I have the season pass. I'm getting it anyway. So
yeah, okay.
I probably won't be getting the the Ultimate Edition or anything like that for next gen, because there's so many other games that are going to be coming out anyway. So it'll take up too much of my time. So
yeah.
But there are probably a lot of people that are really big, fans of Control. Like there were a lot of big fans of Alan Wake, for example, have been waiting for years for another one to come out. And it's interesting because Awe is going to have a lot of tie-ins with Alan Wake. That's really cool. So
it's set in Bright Falls. Yes, it should be good.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, in that sense, I mean, I feel bad for those, that have, bought it and probably wanted to buy it again. I guess think of it as people that, that have bought Star Wars over and over and over again. Of course, there are not that many people out there for Control, but I mean, a massive amount of people would buy different editions of Star Wars when they came out on Blu-ray, and then Ultimate editions, things like that. So
I mean, but if any of the listeners are raging about this, let us know, and let us know why.
Exactly. I'd like to hear from all of you, and leave your comments and everything, and then we can discuss it a little more on the show.
But if you were any sort of super fan, you'd have both copies of the game, so deal with it.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time we're going to jump into the topic of the show, Dan.
Yeah.
And as most of you know, of course, Halo Infinite was delayed to 2021.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to kill the launch of your new machine. And that's the only game you got for it. Anyway,
okay, well, we'll see about that. But
I just told you.
Yeah. So basically, what I want to do first here is I'm going to go, and I just want to. A lot of the listeners have probably heard this already, but I just want to give a little bit of background on this. Chris Lee, who is the studio head of Halo Infinite, came out on August 11th with this to say about the delay of Halo Infinite.
Right.
He says, "Today I want to share an important Halo Infinite development update with the community. We have made the difficult decision to shift our release to 2021 to ensure the team has adequate time to deliver a Halo game experience that meets our vision. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343 Industries, who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. However, it is not sustainable for the well-being of our team or the overall success of the game to ship it this holiday. We know this will be disappointing to many of you, and we all share in that sentiment. The passion and support the community has shown over the years has been incredible and inspiring. We wanted nothing more than to play our game with the community this holiday. The extra time will let us finish the critical work necessary to deliver the most ambitious Halo game ever at the quality we know our fans expect. Thank you for your support and understanding." So that's from Chris Lee, studio head of Halo Infinite. So, yeah, I mean, give it time. I mean, yeah, I mean, the old Miyamoto adage, a bad game, is a bad game forever, but a delayed game, it'll get better over time. So, I think it was the best decision. They probably didn't want to do it. And I think a lot of it was COVID related, but then again, I think some of it was also the pressure that, and what they felt from the backlash on social media from the reveal. That this wasn't ready to go, and they finally came to that conclusion. And I think it's the right decision. I think, take whatever time it needs, and get it out when it's ready. I honestly, my personal opinion, I think it's not going to come out until fall of next year.
Probably.
We're probably going to see more of it next year at E3, if there's an E3 next year. And probably it'll be like maybe a September launch or something like that. So that they don't bounce it off of the next Call of Duty. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Dan?
Suicide. I mean, that's the only game they have. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all they have for the Xbox One Series, One X series. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all they have, and they've gone. Yeah, it's not going to be there. So, like, well, it's done, isn't it? It's done. They've botched Christmas. They've botched the launch of their next gen machine. That's it. That's all I've got to say, really.
Okay. I disagree. I mean, I think Game Pass is there.
They've got no launch games. They're entirely
if you think of it from a console war type of perspective and what box you're going to sell and how many boxes you're going to sell, then yeah. But I don't think Microsoft thinks of it that way anymore. I mean, Phil Spencer came out just the other day and he was like, we don't think in that type of way anymore about sales. I mean, we've got Game Pass, we've got xCloud. It's not just a box in the living room anymore. Yeah. It's, on your tablet, it's on your, your cell phone, it's wherever. So I think they've gotten away from just, concentrating on how many boxes they sell. Yeah, they want to sell boxes, the Xbox Series X. Yeah. But I don't think this is going to be a killer. I mean, just think if, like, for example, Miles Morales for PS5. That's all PlayStation really has, honestly, for a big AAA type of launch game. What if that gets delayed? That we might hear about that in the next few weeks or the next month or so. Then it's probably an even playing field at that point.
I don't know. I mean, but no, I mean, like, the PS5, there's a few more launch titles than just Miles Morales. There's a few other things going on, right?
Not anything AAA. I mean, it's mostly indie related stuff. Yeah. I mean, you got Godfall, but I mean, Godfall, that's, I mean, look at all the third party games that are coming out. I mean, Cyberpunk, you can play that on your Xbox Series X when it comes out. Yeah. You can play Watch Dogs Legion when it comes out. You can play Assassin's Creed Valhalla when it comes out on Xbox Series X.
But they're all multi-platform games.
Of course they're multi-platform games, but I mean, Xbox is also touting that the Series X is the most powerful console. I mean, I don't know. I mean, besides the SSD drive that the PlayStation has, I mean, who knows? I just think that it's not, there's a delay dilemma. It's like a lot of people, this might put them off from buying the Series X day one, because you're going to be able to play a lot of this stuff on the Xbox One X as well. So,
right.
But yeah, I mean, as it being a killer, I don't think so. I really don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is. Like, imagine like a new Nintendo without a Mario on it. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, the Microsoft are doing all right, but Halo is all they have. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not dress us up anyway. That's all Microsoft has. That's their ace and hope. That's their trump card. That's all they have, and it's not happening until some point next year.
Yeah, but that just sounds like a PlayStation-centric point of view when it comes to AAA releases and their.
Well, okay, give me some more. World breaking. I don't have any affiliation or anything. I play everything on anything ever. It's not anti-Microsoft. It's reality. So what's the alternative then?
Well, the reality is to basically play games with like a $15 a month subscription that you can get over hundreds of games on.
Games that have been out for decades. Yeah.
And there's going to be new titles too.
What's my incentive for buying an Xbox One S now?
Or you mean an Xbox One X or S? Yeah,
I don't even know what the hell it's called. They've got the worst naming convention in the world. But the new Xbox feed. What's my incentive to buy that now? Why would I want that?
Game Pass.
Game Pass. I can already have that though. I can have that on my phone, like you just said. So why would I want that?
Why would you want that? Because imagine you're a person, a hardcore gamer who likes the new tech. That would be an incentive to buy it.
But you said I can have it on my phone, so why would I want that? If I can have that same level of tech through a monthly subscription, why would I care about Xbox One S Series X anyway?
Well, just what I said. I mean, if you play video games in your living room and you want the, if you want the box that's going to be the, that, or I should say that has the best functionality, with the new tech, that's what you're going to buy it for. But I mean, I see where you're coming from in the sense that there's probably not going to be much incentive to buy it day one now.
No,
but
like what I've been saying though, in terms of like exclusives, they've got Gears, Forza, and Halo.
Yeah, that's
it.
Yeah,
right
now. Yeah, right now.
Well, traditionally in the Xbox universe, that's their holy trinity, right?
But what's with all these new studios though? That's not going to last for long. I mean,
yeah. But that's irrelevant. But you can't talk about new games in the way you talk about legacy titles and legacy brands. That's irrelevant in this discussion. So.
Yeah, well, what legacy brands are going to come out this holiday besides Miles Morales, if it does?
I don't even know. I don't even pay attention.
Horizon's not going to come out. Horizon's not going to be out until at least probably spring or summer of next year. The next God of War, that's not coming anytime soon.
Right.
Unless they have some surprise up their sleeve or something like that. So.
But, But Microsoft needs the Halo to sell units. That's
it's the flagship title. I mean, I agree with that.
So the fact that I mean, that's again, that's the point I'm making. That's all they have. Anything else you can get on any other system. So the fact that their biggest their biggest thing is not going to happen in the launch.
So let me ask you this. Dan. Do you think Microsoft should delay the Series X and the Series S? We'll get into that in a minute. Do you think they should delay it to 2021?
Well, there's no point now.
Well, they're not. I mean, they've already said that it's coming holiday 2020.
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you think there's any reason they should delay it now?
No, there's no point delaying hardware. It's just they have to roll with it and hope for the best and hope that.
Yeah.
I mean, what will happen is you'll see that sales won't be as expected this holiday season
because there's going to be limited supply.
Yeah. Well, no, because people will be waiting for the bundle next year. So we're getting the Halo bundle come, I don't know, whenever it comes out, and everyone will buy it.
But I think PlayStation's going to be affected too because there's probably, due to COVID, there's going to be limited supplies of the units.
Maybe
for end of the year sales figures, but
But I think like brand and the success of PS4, I think it's going to carry over to 5, and they're going to do really, really well, especially in that initial launch. So the thing is, now there's no reason to buy an Xbox Series X at launch.
Yeah, we shall see. And also, what I wanted to bring up, it's interesting here. Did you see the leaked photo of the Xbox, the next gen controller? Wow. And on the back side of the box, it had for example, Series S, as it leaked. So basically that tells us that the Xbox Series X is a thing. We already knew that anyway with, Lockhart, but, and then it had, for example, on the back of the box, I'm scrolling down here to look. So this picture was posted, online, and it had a registered warranty page, description on it. And it said the warranty ends on November 5th, 2021 for this particular controller.
Right.
And so basically it seems that the Series X and the Series S most likely will be released on November 6th.
Yeah, sounds about right. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want it much later. That.
Yeah. So let me throw this out at you, man.
Yeah.
So we know the Series S is going to be coming. They're probably going to be, finally revealing it, in the next week or two, hopefully. Yeah. But just think, now that Halo Infinite is going to be delayed, I'm wondering if the Series S is going to come priced down like at $199 without a controller, and that you would buy the controller separately. But by having to buy the controller separately, they can price down the Series S to like $199 or something like that. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's just my idea that I thought about.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it sounds about right. I've got no argument with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what is their strategy now? I was just trying to think of what their strategy is going to be, since there's not going to be a Halo come, launch. I mean, what are they going to do? Bundle Game Pass for like 3 months for free or something like that? Or, or the Series S is going to be really, really, marked down at, when it launches at like $199 or something like that. And then you have to buy the controller, separately.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of some, ways that, what is Microsoft going to do? What are they going to do in a marketing perspective to try to counter, the fact that, people that might want to buy an Xbox Series X or a Series S, they're not going to get Halo, for the foreseeable future until like probably sometime next year,
Yeah. I don't. So what's the point in the S?
Well, I think it's going to be like it's going to be a digital edition. I think there's no disk drive.
Yeah, but it's also
so it'll be purely digital. Yeah,
there's performance differences. The one it hasn't got the grunt of the X.
It supposedly does, except for the disk drive.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So that's what's going to be interesting about this. If they price it at like $199,
yeah,
that might be a seller.
But that's weird because they're just cannibalizing their own market at this point. That just seems.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think PlayStation also. I mean, that's the reason why they're coming out with 2 versions.
Yeah,
because they knew that Xbox was probably going to be doing this. So, and they'd never done it before. So, and a lot of people are moving to digital. So,
well, that's brazenly what it is. Like they're just test beds for the next generation, which will be entirely digital. So, yeah, that's some relevance. But oh, okay. It just seems weird because one of the things I read that there's actually hardware differences as well with the X and Series S, which just makes life even harder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, it's just there's no disk drive. Supposedly, I mean, we'll find out more, but yeah, because except for this leak, I mean, basically, it was all speculation up until this point. But I mean, pretty much knew that it was going to come. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that was our topic of the week. So, Dan, it's time to turn it over to you for the retro topic of the week. So, Retro Dan, my man, what do you have for us this week?
The ZX Spectrum.
The ZX Spectrum.
The ZX Spectrum's a machine almost as old as I am. Came out in 1982. From Sinclair Radionics, from here in Cambridge. There's another wave of Sinclair Spectrum ZX Spectrum Next coming out. Basically, a couple of years ago, there was a really successful Kickstarter to reimagine the machine for modern audiences. So it had like HDMI out, SD card loading, blah, 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 blah. And just recently, there's been another wave on Kickstarter. There's going to be an issue 2 coming out of like an even more souped up, enhanced version of the ZX Spectrum. So basically, the same thing. It's the classic machine reimagined for the modern age. So it's got HDMI, it's got SD card loading, it's got Wi-Fi. The plan is to make it like as a way to reintroduce it, or if you've already been a fan for years. It's a machine that you can play your old games on and code on. It's very exciting, but it's also very expensive. It's funny because when it came out in '82, it was £125, which in modern money is like £350, probably pushing £400 now, and that's what a new one costs. It's like really expensive. But of course,
Wow.
it's the Kickstarter, it's limited numbers, so it's very expensive, but very, very cool toy.
How limited?
Well, they planned basically that what they've said is if you back it, you'll get one. So it's not like there's going to be so many
from the Kickstarter.
Yeah. So as long as the Kickstarter's running and you buy one, you will get one. There's no limit. So you've got so there's 26 days left on the Kickstarter. So everyone who orders one in the next 26 days will get one back. And
awesome.
The community is absolutely thrilled about this because the first issue did have a limited run. And there were limited numbers, and not everyone managed to get one, which is one of the reasons why they've had this second run. They've already made over £1 million on their second Kickstarter run, and it looks very, very cool. There's hardware acceleration as well, so like games that ran like at 1 frame a second on the original ZX Spectrum now run at a very impressive rate. There's all sorts of smoothing and very clever graphical stuff going on. It looks very, very cool. Cool. Yeah, it's good because obviously in the States and Asia, they didn't really have the microcomputer boom we did. So obviously in England, we had a phenomenal amount of microcomputers like the ZX Spectrum, the BBC Micro, the Amstrads, the Oryx, eventually Commodores and all that stuff.
So for us, Commodore 64.
Yeah. So for us, like this it holds a definite weight. It's definitely an important part of gaming history for us here. So it looks very, very cool. It's very expensive, but it's very cool. I've got one of the originals in my room right now. Well, I've got a ZX Spectrum Plus. It's all right.
Right.
The remake is very, very cool. So yeah, go Kickstarter, look for a ZX Spectrum Next, but have your wallet ready because it is not cheap.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be looking forward to that.
Do it.
All right. So next up is the game releases for the upcoming week from Metacritic. So there are 7 games on the list here for this coming week of August 17th through the 23rd. So the first game on the list, Death End Request 2. So Death End Request 2, it comes out on August 18th for PS4 and on PC.
Yeah.
So in collaboration with Core Party Scenario, this horror RPG follows Mai Toyama's search for her sister in a quiet lakeside town. She'll unravel clues to the town's past by day and battle shadow matter by night. Can you uncover the truth before reality is consumed by darkness? So another Japanese-style role-playing, like a kind of an RPG.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so that's coming out on the 18th. So next up, Flight Simulator. Yay. Flight Simulator for PC.
Brilliant.
So from light planes to wide-body jets, fly highly detailed and accurate aircraft in the next generation of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Test your piloting skills against the challenges of night flying, real-time atmospheric simulation, and live weather in a dynamic and living world. Yeah, I would definitely fly back home.
Would you?
Yes. Yes, from Tokyo to San Francisco, man. That would be my flight on Flight Simulator.
Oh my god.
Where would you fly?
Cool.
Where would you fly, Dan?
Osaka.
No, Osaka.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. No, it looks good. Yeah, it's good. It's funny. I believe their trailer. I've only caught snippets of it. The trailer for this has all the previous games in the series, so you can see how far it's come.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I work at the Center for Computing History, and we've got most of them through the ages. Yeah. And it's really bizarre because you look at these games and you look at them now and you're like, this looks horrible. Like the planes, made of 8 polygons. like really basic. But you can imagine at the time, people losing their minds over it. Like people like, oh my god,
just
look,
get addicted to it.
Yeah, and like saying like, oh look, there's San Francisco Bridge made out of like 4 white lines and like
the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes.
It's so quaint now, and it's like it's really interesting. And I think again, we're going to lose a lot of that going forward as games look more and more the same. But yeah.
So, Dad, if you flew over Osaka, you'd be flying over USJ and Nintendo Land, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the thing. Like, and it's all in higher res, beautiful looking maps and recreated terrain and stuff. It's great. We look at these early ones, like 4.0, and it's like 8 colors in the entire game, and as you flying over endless green, it's quaint, it's cute.
So for those of you listeners out there that don't know, USJ stands for Universal Studios Japan. So, yeah. Okay, next up on the list, Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell coming out on August 18th. And Dan, I'm going to reiterate this. This is your game.
It is.
Mortal Shell is a deep action RPG that tests your sanity and resilience in a shattered world. Your superior awareness and precision possess lost warriors, for example, discover hidden sanctums, and face formidable foes. So yeah, this is the next in the series of role-playing action RPGs that are similar to like Bloodborne and Neo and things like that. So
I believe the technical term is Soulsborne.
Exactly, Soulsborne. Yes, that's for sure. Yeah,
it looks all right. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Mortal Shell. Yes,
I thought isn't there a PSVR game called Mortal Shell? Oh no, Mortal Blitz. Oh, so they're all blurred together, all generic names. This looks good though. All right, I might get that.
Yeah, it comes out on PS4, PC, and Xbox One. So,
will there be a free PS5 version down the line?
There is no comment from me on this because there is no information on that. So probably we do not know. But yeah, so not that has been reported as of yet.
Okay.
Next up, Pathfinder Kingmaker for consoles on August 18th. So from the Pathfinder series. So Pathfinder Kingmaker is the first single-player isometric CRPG set in the world of a top-selling D&D type role-playing game by Paizo. Yes, being a tribute to such classics as Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights, it brings back memories of beloved gameplay, mechanics, and embarks the player on a handcrafted, story-driven adventure. Become introduced to the rich universe of Pathfinder as a newcomer or explore famous locations. Familiar to any fan of the original tabletop game. Walk your path through the legendary stolen lands and meet iconic characters ready to accompany you on your arduous journey. Gather the perfect party, dive into a great variety of dungeons, and defeat some of the deadliest creatures this world has ever seen. Witness how your decisions affect the environment and the people inhabiting it. So another role-playing action RPG, Western style.
Sounds good.
Coming out on the 18th.
I like the idea of the isometric nature. Sounds quite fun. Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Sounds all right.
Yeah. So August 18th. Battletoads. Battletoads coming out on August 20th for PC and Xbox One. And this will be, I think, Game Pass day one.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good.
Battletoads.
More Battletoads. Brilliant.
Yep, the Battletoads are back. Rash, Zitz, and Pimple are returning at last to morph attack their way through an all-new action-packed adventure of choreographed chaos, and couch co-op may never be the same again. Brilliant. 1 to 3 players take control of the Battletoads and team up to storm through wild and unpredictable stages with only one rule: accept the unexpected. Expect the unexpected, I should say. Teamwork makes the dream work. In a drop-in, drop-out gameplay blast filled with over-the-top combat that anyone can enjoy. So, yeah. August 20th. So, that's coming very soon.
Thursday.
Yeah, a Thursday release. That's interesting.
Yeah. That's
2K21, PGA Tour 2K21 is coming out. So, all new PGA Tour career mode Prove you've got what it takes to become FedEx Cup champion. Take on PGA Tour pros during your very own career, earning rewards and gear along the way. PGA Tour pros and new courses. Play against Justin Thomas and 11 top pros on stunning real-life courses. So, on August 21st.
Yeah, you go.
So that comes out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch, and Google Stadia.
Oh, I remember Google. Do you remember Google Stadia?
Yeah, I remember Google Stadia. Yeah.
What happened to that? Where's that gone?
It still exists.
Blimey. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a nice
well,
idea,
we'll see if xCloud finally kills it. We don't know. We'll see. But anyway. And finally, Samurai Jack, Battle Through Time.
Oh yeah.
So, have you ever watched any of the Samurai Jack anime?
A very long time ago. Yeah. It's pretty good.
So become Samurai Jack, the greatest warrior of the past, present, and future. Journey through time to finally stop Aku's evil reign in this new adventure told by the creators of Samurai Jack. Encounter your favorite characters from the show, including the Scotsman, Scaramouche, Sir Rothschild, and more. So,
Isn't because I have you finished talking about that one? Sorry.
Yeah, well, it comes out on August 21st on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch.
Oh, you can Google that, right? Basically, I can't. Isn't this meant to be the end? Because I know that the series didn't properly end, did it? It got cancelled without finishing the storyline. I think isn't this an attempt to round up?
Yeah, I think so. Quite possibly. Yeah.
I think this is supposed to be the ending of it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So those are the games releasing for the week of August 17th through 23rd. My pick, because I'm homesick and want to go back to San Francisco, Flight Simulator for me. How about you, Dan? Mortal Shell?
No. Maybe Battletoads, maybe. No, Mortal Shell looks all right. Again, when it's like 20 quid, I might get it. Probably Battletoads, just because I like the original, even though it's too hard.
Yeah, Battletoads is cool, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the art on this one. I've seen again. I don't like the art style of this particularly much. Yeah, but that's probably the one I'd get, to be honest.
Yeah, for me, Flight Simulator or probably Mortal Shell, just to drive myself delirious, and probably destroy another controller. I don't know.
Yeah.
I won't mention here on the show how many controllers you've destroyed, Dan, but anyway.
Oh, too many controllers. Too many. Well, I'll stop now. It's 50 quid a time now. Back on the PS3, you could destroy all you want because they were pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But now, good Lord.
Definitely. Yeah, it's like they're saying that the next gen controllers are going to be probably $10 more expensive too. Like 70.
Yeah. So
$70 for a new game, $70 for a controller.
Yeah, the games, I'm telling you now, the games will not be $70 each.
They probably will be at the beginning, but like we were talking about last episode.
Yeah. We've discussed it, but there's not a friggin' chance.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to pretty much wrap up everything. First, I want to talk about where you can find us one more time. And listeners, and if you have any comments for us or any questions, you can send them to me at Expat2020 at Expat2020.live. Or if you go to my YouTube channel at Expat2020 Gaming to listen to the Arena, Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast, you can put your questions or comments in the comment section below the video. You can find me on Twitter at expat_2020, as well as on Instagram at expat_2020. I'm also a Twitch affiliate, and I do live streaming on Twitch. My channel is twitch.tv/expat2020. And my website for the gaming content is expat2020.live. So I hope you can check that out. And I also have a Discord server, which I throw up some of the news stories that we have been discussing in the episode. And that's the Expat 2020 Arena on Discord. And you can find the show, of course, and you can support us at patreon.com/expat2020, where you can get the show in early access, and you can get it ad-free as well as other perks. Or you could go to podbean.com/expat2020, and you can get the Podbean app for iOS and Androids, and you can listen to it for free there. And, of course, my mail is expat2020 to expat2020.live, where you can send your questions or comments. That's it for me. Dan, where can people find you on social media, man?
I'm still on YouTube to a very limited degree. Press start to game. Not really doing much. Can I propose a drinking game for our podcast? Every time we hear Expat2020, someone's got to take a shot.
Okay. And no problem with that. Yeah. And every time we hear you say that you're going to wait until you buy the game when it's in the bargain bin or something like that, they have to take a drink. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not as fatal. But yeah, no, that's it. That's all I do, really. Yeah, my YouTube. And if you're interested, we have some stuff going in the museum. So computinghistory.org.uk. We've got some stuff going down there over the next few weeks about what we're doing at work.
Yeah. All righty.
That's all for me.
So that brings us to the end of the show and our indie recording artist spotlight. So this week, our indie artist spotlight is on James Garden. James Garden is from Lansing, Michigan. So Dan, do you know where Lansing, Michigan is?
I know Detroit's in Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
And Detroit.
Close enough.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Lansing is the state capital. Yeah.
All right.
So, in Michigan State. Yeah. Near the Great Lakes. Yep. So this is from his new album titled This Is James Garden.
Cool.
And the song is named Comfortable.
Right.
Featuring Serene Poems. Okay. So this has been The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. I'm Expat2020, along with my co-host Dan. We shall see you in the next one. So this was episode 4. Here in Japan, the number 4 means death. So this was the death episode, Dan.
Brilliant.
So hopefully this episode didn't kill us.
Well, we can only hope.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So thanks a lot, everybody. We will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Peace.
See you now.
Out.
Comfortable in my own skin. I like who I am. The good vibes keep on pumping. Turn it up, that's my jam. I feel good. How you feeling? I feel good. So good. It feels good now. Make sure they jam it in the hood loud. When you roll slow in a lane with a whip with no stains, get a taste with the fame like hanging with my big homie solo. Standing still ain't better than slow-mo. Favor ain't fair, we live a blessed life. Talking all that trash on the best style. What they wanna say now? Hate if you wanna hate, but y'all can't kill my vibe. And I be feeling so good, just happy to be alive. I said, hate if you wanna hate, but y'all can't kill my vibe. And I be feeling so good, just happy to be alive. Cause we stay comfortable in my own skin. I like who I am. The good vibes keep on pumping. Turn it up, that's my jam. I feel good. How you feeling? I feel good. So good. Comfortable in my own skin. I like who I am. The good vibes keep on pumping. Turn it up, that's my jam. I feel good. How you feeling? I feel good. So good.
So good. I'm OG, overly grateful for the chance to kill the beat, bro. Cain and Abel, ain't trying to lay low, peep the shine. Comfortable in my own skin, peace of mind. What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. These bars hit every measure, homie, get them in force. Like the 18 Beatles in every season. Can't forget me, plus the Trinity I believe in, I'm breathing. Easy as Sunday morning, my reason. Everything that the Lord did, he got it right the first time. Yeah, you see with both your eyes, this right here is me. Unapologetically, jet black and free. I ain't trying to be what they want me to be. Scared of the wind, following all the trends. Over backwards, that ain't the way I've been gone.
Comfortable in my own skin. I like who I am. The good vibes keep on pumping.